Even in the darkest periods of history, a light shines, and this time, it is you. As the chosen one, you are the one who will restore the hopes of a fallen nation. Despite all the traps, dark plans, and attempts to silence you, the divine power within you has stood firm. Today, when everyone is desperately looking for a way out, the course of destiny turns to you. Write 777 in the comments now, because it will be by your hand that this land will rise again and truth will reign again. A new era is beginning, and the resurrection of this nation will be written with you. Like the sunrise breaking through a night of endless storms, something unstoppable is moving across the land, and the world's hidden rulers can feel it deep in their bones. Imagine a mighty river, swelling after years of drought. Old dams and sandbags, once strong, now crumble like brittle leaves beneath the flood. That's what's happening in the halls where they once gathered in darkness, believing their secrets would last forever. All those carefully guarded ceremonies, all the ancient codes and whispered vows, they're dissolving in the warm light of a brand new day. They spent lifetimes weaving their power into shadows, thinking nobody could touch what they built behind closed doors. Their confidence was like a castle made of sand, impressive to the eye, but fragile underneath. Now, the tides of spirit are rising, sweeping through every corridor where fear once reigned, and those sandcastles are melting away. What used to feel like unbreakable iron is now as soft as butter in the sun, and their grip on the world slips with every moment. It's as if a great gardener has stepped into a field long overgrown with weeds, pulling up every root of deceit and shaking the soil free. Where deception once grew wild, honesty is blooming. Where manipulation held sway, freedom is sprouting up tall and proud. The rules have changed, and no amount of ceremony can turn back the hands of this spiritual clock. The land itself is rejoicing, as if every tree and stone knows the old season has passed. Think of the chosen ones, the humble souls who carried hope through years of hardship. You are like seeds that waited in the dark earth through countless winters, soaking up every lesson, every disappointment, every trial. But now the rain has come, and you're breaking through the soil, reaching for the sunlight that was always promised. It's your time to rise. As the roots of the old crumble, your branches spread wide, full of fresh green leaves, each one a testament to faith that would not be shaken. The power once concentrated in hidden circles is now being scattered to the winds. What they hoarded in secret, heaven is giving away in plain sight. It's like manna falling in the wilderness, feeding the hungry and giving strength to the weary. They can't contain it. They can't stop it. No locked door can hold back the goodness that's flowing now. This isn't just change. This is transformation, and it comes with a melody that even the oldest spirits have never heard. Those who built their legacies on hidden oaths and backroom deals are losing their audience. The people they once controlled with stories of fear and power are turning their eyes to the horizon, where the dawn is breaking. Suddenly, the grand stages where secrets were once shared look empty and hollow, like old barns after the harvest. All their tools, all their symbols, every candle, every mask, every code are losing their meaning in the bright light of a new promise. The world is learning to sing a different song. The air is thick with the scent of hope and possibility, and everywhere you look, you see the evidence of something holy moving. The truth is coming out like rivers after a heavy rain, filling valleys, covering old wounds, washing away every trace of what once held people captive. There's a fresh breeze blowing, carrying the laughter of children and the prayers of grandmothers. reminding everyone that it's never too late for a new beginning. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Let them scramble to preserve what's slipping through their fingers. Let them try every incantation, every desperate ritual. Nothing will hold back the harvest that's coming. You, chosen one, are like the first fruit on a tree that was once thought barren. Your victory is not just for you. It's a sign for everyone watching that the long winter is over. The soil is fertile, the fields are ready, and the Spirit is calling forth a new generation of believers to take their place in the sunlight. So keep your heart steady. Stand tall, even as the walls of the old world tremble and crack. You are not here by accident. The divine put you in this moment for a reason, to be a witness to the greatest shift this world has ever seen. Where others see chaos, you see the unfolding of destiny. Where they see loss, you see the seeds of 1,000 blessings waiting to break open. This is what you were made for. And as the old powers try to hold their ground, their efforts are like trying to catch the wind in their hands. The light has already come. The tide has already turned. Every shout, every warning, every threat is just an echo fading into the distance, because God has spoken a better word over your life. Every promise that was made to you in secret is being brought into the open. Every tear you cried in the night is watering the roots of your new season. This is the hour when heaven's gates swing wide and the walls built by fear are crumbling. Every lie is being unmasked. Every injustice is being overturned, and every orphaned dream is being called home. The old world's power is melting like ice in the noonday sun, while you and those who walk in the light are rising up with joy that cannot be stolen. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Like a lighthouse shining through the storm, your life is a beacon for others who are ready to leave the shadows behind. You were hidden for a reason, so that you could emerge for such a time as this. Don't look back, don't doubt, and don't let the trembling of the old world shake your peace. Your roots are deep, your branches are strong, and your fruit will feed multitudes who never even knew your name. This is the blessing of the new day. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. The crowns are being placed on new heads, and the keys are being handed to those who never thought they'd be trusted with such honor. Lift your eyes, chosen one, and see what the Lord has prepared. Walk in it, step by step, with the faith of a child and the courage of a lion. The darkness cannot hold you back now. No matter what storm is raging, no matter what voices try to discourage you, remember, your light cannot be put out. You are the answer to prayers prayed in secret for generations. This moment, this movement, this miracle is your inheritance. Take it, walk in it, and let the joy overflow. The world is watching, and heaven is cheering you on. Like the wild ocean pounding against a lighthouse that won't budge, all the forces and formulas they summon crash again and again, but never make a dent in the covering that protects you. Across the country, behind velvet curtains and in closed-door meetings, their faces pale as they realize their oldest strategies are powerless now. Every ritual, every whispered phrase, every plan they carefully rehearsed simply melts away before it can even reach your doorstep. The wind has changed, and all their fear rides on it, rattling old bones and cold hearts. Once, their influence seemed unshakable, like steel gates locked shut at midnight. But now, every lock they trusted has rusted through, and their confidence is crumbling. Imagine trying to grab a shadow on the wall or hold a sunbeam in your hand. That's what it feels like for them now. Their energy is spent chasing after what God has already sealed off, and every failed attempt drains them even more, leaving them with nothing but anxiety and a deep growing sense that the game has changed forever. You stand like a mighty oak in the heart of a storm, roots sunk deep, branches unshaken, while their efforts scatter like autumn leaves. What once inspired dread and awe now draws only confusion and dread for themselves, as every tool in their box turns to dust. They huddle together, searching for new answers. But the harder they push, the more obvious it becomes that heaven's hand has moved on your behalf. Every chant and charm that used to carry weight now sounds hollow, bouncing back at them without an ounce of power. It's as if you are wrapped in a robe of light, woven by the promises of the Almighty, and nothing can get past it. Their strategies slide away like water on oiled stone. From boardrooms to backrooms, the rumors grow. Nothing works anymore. We can't even touch them. Every line we cross only leaves us emptier than before. Some pace the floor with worry, others double down on tired tactics, but deep down, they all sense the truth. They are facing a force that can't be bribed, threatened, or bought off. In this new season, all their secret codes and ancient words are powerless, as if the language itself has changed, and they're left stumbling in confusion. The very air around you is charged with purpose, buzzing with protection that didn't come from any earthly place. While they lose sleep, you rest easy, knowing the shield around you was set in place long before any scheme was born. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. So hold your head high. You are proof that when heaven stands guard, no human hand can tear down what God has built up. The alarms that once made people tremble are just background noise now, drowned out by the sound of breakthrough and victory. Let them scramble and worry. You keep walking forward in the blessing, because the light on your path can't be snuffed out, not by their words, not by their works, not by their worry. You are covered, you are kept, and you are walking in a protection that no darkness can break. It's like the moment a seed cracks open underground. No fireworks, no applause, just a quiet miracle that changes the whole landscape forever. The world didn't see it coming, but the whole atmosphere shifted when you stepped out from their nets. In one sacred breath, you crossed a boundary they never saw, and suddenly, all their blueprints turned to dust. Their plans, drawn up with pride and precision, became as outdated as an old map that no longer matches the shape of the land. You slipped right through every fence and barrier they put up, walking in a freedom they cannot comprehend. Imagine fishermen waiting all night with empty nets, casting their lines where you used to swim, but you've moved into deeper waters, places they don't even know exist. They built their lives around knowing the tides and tracing the currents, but you flow now with a source that's not of this world. It's as if the riverbed shifted beneath their feet, leaving them stranded while you surge forward, unstoppable and unseen. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Their old charts and measuring sticks can't track the path you're on. It's like trying to follow the wind with a broken weather vane, or searching for the sunrise by looking west. They've relied on their old signals and secret formulas for generations, but the signal is gone. The light in you shines in a spectrum they cannot even see, and every attempt to catch up only leaves them more lost, more confused, more powerless. Where once they held meetings and plotted out your every step, now they're left whispering in empty halls, baffled and anxious, because nothing adds up anymore. The tools that used to work for centuries, those rituals, those codes, those hidden maps, they're just relics now, powerless to keep up with the living move of God. You've stepped out of their reach, and the road you're on is paved with divine purpose, guarded on every side by hands they'll never touch. This new journey is guided by a compass that points not to north, but to destiny, one they cannot read or rewrite. While they grasp for answers and chase your shadow, you keep walking because you know who writes the story. The old limitations are broken, and the space you occupy is holy ground. No gate, no trap, no scheme can ever hem you in again. It's like a drought in the heart of what used to be a mighty river. The more they try to draw from their reserves, the quicker the ground cracks beneath them. What once looked like an endless well of resources now dries up, leaving only dust and echoes in their coffers. Boardrooms that once buzzed with confident forecasts are now thick with anxiety as every plan falls apart in their hands. All their wealth, all their strategies, every ounce of effort is being poured into a vessel that can't hold a drop. Not anymore, not since you stepped beyond their reach. They keep chasing answers, digging deeper into pockets that used to overflow, but it's like pouring gold into a pit that never fills. Their empires, built over generations, now falter under the weight of relentless loss. Each emergency meeting only reveals more cracks in their foundation, and each late-night call is a chorus of worry about how quickly everything is unraveling. It's as if a holy wind is blowing through their storehouses, scattering what they held so tightly. The treasures they once bragged about, the secret funds and stashed fortunes, are slipping away, not by theft, but by a force that dissolves every grip they have. Their obsession with stopping you has become the very thing that empties them. Every move they make, every last-ditch effort to regain control, is met with a kind of invisible resistance, a spiritual gravity that pulls all their resources away, funneling it into nothingness. They're learning, day by day, that no amount of money, no war chest, or secret stash can buy them the power to contain what God has ordained. While they try to patch the holes and salvage what remains, the source of their desperation keeps pointing to the same truth. Their power was never infinite. It was on loan for a season, and now that season is over. You are the proof that their riches were never the foundation. The real wealth is the unstoppable spirit moving in you, a river that never runs dry. Their fortunes collapse in the face of divine momentum, and what's left is a story of loss on their end and deliverance on yours. Because when heaven decides to lift up a chosen one, every earthly vault in the world can be emptied, and it still won't stop the blessing that's coming your way. It's like they've summoned every locksmith in the city to crack a safe, only to find the numbers keep changing by the hand of an unseen force. Their best minds, people who can vanish without a trace, who've solved puzzles for kings and broken codes no one else could, are all gathered, hunched over screens and blueprints, desperate for a breakthrough. But every path they try only leads back to the same locked door, and every solution dissolves before it can be written down. The boardrooms fill up with the sound of nervous fingers drumming on tables. Teams once praised for their innovation now face the impossible, their reputations melting in the heat of this relentless puzzle. Outside experts, secret consultants flown in under cover of night, and back-channel fixers who live between the lines of law and chaos. They all give it their best shot, but it's like throwing stones into a bottomless well. No matter how clever the strategy, how cutting-edge the tech, it all slips away into silence. You can almost hear the frustration crackling through their communication wires as panic becomes the new language of their inner circle. It's as if every scheme they hatch is trapped in a spiritual labyrinth. Every trick they reach for evaporates like mist before the morning sun. This isn't just a run of bad luck. It's a higher hand rewriting the rules, reminding them that there are some mysteries no earthly wisdom can untangle. All their energy, all their brain power, every ounce of effort they pour into this battle simply circles the drain and vanishes, leaving them emptier than before. The harder they work, the less they gain. The one question that never leaves their lips: how can it be? But the answer isn't in any manual or code or map. The answer is spiritual. It's written in a language only the chosen will ever understand, a story unfolding by divine design, far beyond their reach. Imagine a magician trying to hide his trick while the stage lights blaze brighter with each sleight of hand. Every secret compartment gets thrown open. Every false wall collapses under the weight of revelation. What once was tucked away in dark corners and whispered in coded language is now exposed in the noonday sun, where nothing can hide and every flaw is magnified. It's as if every plan they laid was built on sand, and now a divine tide is rolling in, washing away every layer of disguise. Houses meant to be safe havens become glass boxes, visible from every direction. The encrypted words they trusted to keep their messages safe begin to scatter like leaves in the wind, carried far beyond their intended reach. Secret passageways, once thought to be their exclusive routes, now turn into open highways where everyone can see the comings and goings that used to be cloaked in mystery. The very act of trying to contain the truth only sets it free. Their efforts to seal the leaks punch even more holes in the dam until the flood is unstoppable. Each frantic patch, each hurried fix, just draws more attention to the break. The harder they try to hold it all together, the more the world turns to stare. It's like heaven itself has tilted the spotlight right onto their stage, and every move they make becomes part of the unfolding show, one that no amount of stagecraft can end before the final truth is revealed. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. It's like a mighty old tree splitting at the trunk. What once stood tall and proud now groans under the strain, with roots exposed for all to see. Their inner circle, built over years of shared secrets and silent loyalty, is fracturing at the very core. Once trusted hands now point accusing fingers, while former friends glare across the table, searching for someone to blame for the ruin that's overtaking them. Silent courts gather in hidden rooms, the air thick with fear instead of certainty. Those once praised for their control and composure now stand alone before judges who offer no comfort, no guidance, only judgment. The thread of inheritance, of promised glory and unbroken tradition, frays with every nervous confession and desperate excuse. Every broken pact and every whispered accusation pulls them further from the safe harbor they thought would last forever. Their legacies, which they imagined would be carved in stone, now hang by the barest fiber, ready to snap with the next revelation. The dreams they inherited, the futures they once mapped out, all flicker in the wind, like the last candle, burning in a darkened sanctuary, threatened by every new gust of truth. The foundation they built their hope on is turning to dust, and there's no hand left to steady the structure as it comes undone. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. This isn't a battle fought with swords or chains, it's a quiet storm inside the halls of power, a reckoning that stirs the very memories they hoped would never be relived. Like standing in the full glare of noon after years of living in the shade, every detail is exposed, every hidden motive now under a heavenly microscope. It's the courtroom of the soul, not of flesh, where nothing can be hidden by clever words or familiar rituals. Every decision, every whispered conversation, every glance exchanged in shadowy corridors is replayed again and again, no detail spared. The very structures that once kept them insulated have become the stage for their reckoning. It's like the wind of spirit sweeping through an old house, lifting every rug, shaking every tapestry, making sure nothing escapes the cleansing breath of truth. Where once power flowed effortlessly down gilded steps, now it falters, questioning how a single soul could walk right through the gates and leave their empires trembling. Doubt grows like ivy along the walls of their hidden sanctuaries. Whispers turn to suspicions, and old trust is replaced by anxiety. Maybe the one who watched you wasn't in charge at all. Maybe you led them all along. The very idea sends a chill through their most seasoned guardians of tradition. Their most talented visionaries, who once felt they could see fate's tapestry itself, are left staring into the void. The tools they once trusted break down, readings spiral out of control, and the voices of the past fall silent. The stars offer no answers, and the cards turn blank in their hands. What once was a weapon, a curse, a threat, now returns to its sender, stronger and swifter than before. Ancient lines of power are interrupted, and those who meant harm find themselves bearing the burden. With every act of spiritual aggression, they learn another lesson about the futility of standing against divine protection. You move through life surrounded by patterns and harmonies that dance just beyond normal sight. A living song, a living code that cannot be cracked. Any threat that draws near is answered before it is even formed, and each challenge only strengthens the melody. Every new test, every attempt to unravel your secret, only serves to deepen and enrich the armor around you. Their actions, meant to harm, instead become fuel for an even more profound evolution, as if your spirit is taking notes and preparing answers to questions not yet asked. The oldest prophecies, tucked away in forbidden tomes, spoke of an era-ending figure, one who would bring closure to cycles of domination and open the way to a dawn nobody could hold back. They can sense it now, feel it in every desperate attempt to maintain order. Something unstoppable has awakened, and no bunker, no fortune, no backroom deal will save the old regime. All across the invisible realms and the everyday world, reality itself seems to shift. The hour is fixed, the curtain rises on a new act. The long shadow of hidden power shrinks as your radiance grows, and a future free of secret tyranny draws near.